Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. This is your host, Keely Austin. Today is Wealth Wednesday. It's August 5th, and I'm so excited to be here as your host. Today we have a phenomenal trainer with us. We have Daine Clark. Daine Clark has been such an amazing example for us, and so I'm so grateful that he spends an hour with us every Wednesday to train on what's working for him, both on the real estate side as well as on the marketing side. Daine has experienced a lot of success. Before Renatus, he was working two jobs. He was working for Apple in the back as he was kind of shy at the time, not the best at talking with people. And then he was also a roofer. His dad was a roofer, so that's how he fell into that. And with fair skin and red hair, being in the sun all day was not Daine's cup of tea. He was barely making ends meet at the time and started looking for other income opportunities. And he found Renatus. After finding Renatus, he plugged into the system. He listened to his mentor and started to apply what he was learning. He applied velocity banking to pay down debt, as well as using that as leverage as a down payment for a duplex, where he lived in one side and rented out the other side. And we fast forward to today. Daine has now raised over $13.5 million from investors to lend on various real estate transactions. So he really has a way with working with people and getting capital for his deals. His secret to that is consistency and frequency. He has grown his team and is recognized by our CEO, Bob Snyder, as a key leader and is on the PIT team, meaning he's in training to be on the PAC, the President's Advisory Council. And we are so fortunate to have him as our trainer today. Good morning, Daine. How are you?
Good morning, Keely. Thank you so much for that intro. Good morning, Renatus Nation. I'm scrolling through here. I see all you guys' faces, or I guess some of you guys' faces. Come off of, turn your camera on if you can, of course. Who cares if you don't have, what do they call that? Makeup? Who cares if you haven't taken a shower? I haven't either. I literally woke up and turned on my Zoom. I get it. But yeah, I would love to interact with you guys. So good morning, and let's begin, because I got some good stuff for you guys today. So first of all, tell me, how many people did you talk to in the last 7 days? Or did you get into an intro? Or did you get to the profits intensive? Or get them a video? Or, I mean, anything. How many people did you get connected to something Renatus? Right? So tell me. I want to know. If you're new to this call, just kind of give you an idea. I love to track how many people, or I should say in my business, how many one-on-ones did I do in the last 7 days? And I can track that for the last, oh my goodness, maybe more than 2 years at this point. More than 2 years. I can tell you exactly how many one-on-ones I've done for the last 2 some odd years, and I can trace how many dollars per hour, how many dollars per hour, or sorry, dollars per hour, how many dollars per one-on-one have I made, and something in the vicinity of like 900 some odd dollars per one-on-one. And so I know that if I'm not making money, it's because I'm not doing one-on-ones, and if I'm not doing one-on-ones, it's because I'm not doing invites. I'm not meeting new people. I'm not striking up real estate conversations with people. So awesome. Let's see. And I should say, and I have this every week because you guys know, I report my own goose eggs. I know when I have goose eggs, and I report them to myself. I keep myself accountable, and I tell people about it. Yep, I had a goose egg. I did not have any real estate in my business. I did not have any one-on-ones this week. I might have had some real estate conversations, but I did not translate into any one-on-ones. So, all right, let's give some love. Esther Hahn had 4, Keely 7, Autumn and Chuck had a couple of goose eggs. LaShawn had 3 to a cash flow game. Ada had 3. Maggie had 7. Jose had 5, Sherry had 1, Ada had 3, David and Gilda had 6 on intros. Great job. Alvin talked to 5, 1 attended an exposure. Deborah had a goose egg. And remember, just in case you haven't heard me say this yet, on the goose eggs, how you do one thing is how you do all things. And if you are honest with yourself, people see it. And so if you're honest, even if you have a goose egg, you'll be honest in all of your dealings with your fellow men and women, with your fellow people, and people see it. People want to see honesty. In fact, what I'm going to talk about today is going to be around this. It's going to be, I got a cool story for you guys. But Bertha had two. Jeffrey, I finally focused on marketing. I talked to two people so far this morning. Oh, just this morning. Nice. Congratulations. I think you're going to love it. It's interesting, Jeffrey. When I first, I'm not sure if some of you guys know this about me, but when I first bought Renatus, it was the gentleman who sold Renatus to me. He was a very good salesman. I didn't even know the name Renatus. I was like getting credit cards. I was drumming up and finding $20,000, but I didn't even know the name Renatus. Obviously, these days that's non-compliant, but whatever. And I'm like getting credit cards, and he puts my order in, and I'm like, Renatus, what's Renatus? Let's Google this. I start Googling. I'm like, dude, Renatus is an MLM. Did you know you're signing me up for an MLM? If this is an MLM, I'm not doing this. And and he goes, oh, don't worry, Daine. Like you don't have to do any of that stuff. That's totally fine. And I told him, I swore to him, I said, if you lied to me, and I'm signing up for an MLM right now, then I'm going to be pissed. And I like refused. I was so against it that I didn't even tell anybody that I had bought it. I remember like trying to keep it a secret from my family that I'm getting into real estate investing, and I spent $20,000 on 0% credit cards at back in 2015. And I was going to school, and that's how much I made in a year, was $20,000. And oh my goodness. Yeah. But you know what? Just like Jeffrey, there came a day that I felt, and you know what's interesting? I feel like most people, it's when they get inspired. It's when Renatus inspires you. That is the day that you're like, other people need to see this. And that's the only thing I can come back to, is the day that you become inspired is the day that you have to tell other people about this. It's crazy. And how do you get inspired? Well, you watch your classes, and you go out there and you have learning experiences, AKA you make mistakes. That is the process of the learning experiences. I think I was telling my wife just yesterday, I was like, yeah, I've probably talked to 1,000 people, and I have 100 students. Maybe 100 and some odd students, and I've probably talked to over 1,000 people. In fact, just in my Helios back office, I've like 700 some odd leads, and Renatus has paid me somewhere between $500,000 and $600,000. But anyway, Jeffrey, back to you. This is going to be it's going to be a pivotal moment in your career. It's so interesting when you get excited about just talking about real estate investing and Renatus, everything. It's, what do they call that? The tide raises all ships in the harbor. You'll start finding deals. You'll start finding money. I accidentally found my first deal by marketing. I accidentally raised my first dollars for real estate by marketing. I was trying to talk about, anyway. I'm on a soapbox at this point, but congratulations, brother. You're gonna love it. Sylvia had 1. Brian had 9 invited intensive for follow-ups. Sherry 3 attended. Megan Dale 6 intro, 2 follow-up, 4 profits, 1 one-on-one. Congratulations, Lisa. Jarden 4 in the intensive on the 15th. Brigham 6 one-on-one since Monday. 5 at cash flow event last night. I did 14 one-on-ones last week. I had 3 at 3 at 5. And had 3 at 5 at Profits Intensive, something like that. Congratulations, dude. You're killing it, man. Roy had 2. Sandra had 2. Sherry, oh my gosh, I just got it. Track one-on-one. No worries. Bobby 4 going through the BIF, 2 velocity banking. Great. Oh, good job, Grace. And I just got to start. We got so many people. So Jenna, congratulations. Rico, Scarlett, Roxanne, Noreen, Estrin, Kim, Noreen, Lily. I felt the same way. I never liked MLMs. I love it. Rick Steiner, what's up, brother? Sandra, we got a bunch of good people. All right, let's do this. If you guys have been on my calls, you know what's next. I love to, let's see if we can help somebody. So, and you know who you are, come off of mute. I love talking to new people that I've never had do this before, that, build up the confidence to ask a question. Usually questions come, it's crazy. In fact, I could probably do a whole training on just this, but usually questions come because of your learning experiences, AKA you go and try something, like let's say you learn something on, I don't know, one of my calls, or in your Renatus marketing trainings, or one of the other calls, whatever. You're 5-star, you go and you try something and it doesn't work. That's called the learning experience. And that's when the questions come. Like, to me, I knew I wanted to do a real estate deal. I knew I wanted to become 5-star. And so I went and tried, and I failed, or I made a mistake. And that was my learning process. Make a mistake. And then I'm like, hey, what happens when this, I remember, I remember talking to my 5-star a bunch of times, like, hey, what happens when they say this? What do you do? And I remember just so many questions over the course of my own learning process, to the point of where I was like, dude, you guys are making this too easy. Like, I know it's funny. Like, and I say this actually not in this exact phrase, but sometimes when I'm meeting with people, like, it's because I have tried so darn many times that it's almost as if I haven't heard anything new for like a while. It's interesting. Like, there's nothing that anybody can tell me about Renatus that is going to sway me, that is going to, like, I've seen way too many stories. I bet we have enough stories on this call from just people that are on here that could tell us success stories, that we could fill the whole day with stories. And so I'm just like, there's not a lot I haven't seen. And so it's like, I don't even care anymore. You either want to achieve your dreams and get involved with us, or you don't. So take your pick, Mr. or Mrs., whoever I'm doing my one-on-one. I know obviously I don't treat them like that. It's a little more methodical, and I'm there to help them. But yeah, anyway, come off of mute. You know who you are. I would love to, let's see if we can help somebody today. Just interrupt me at this point. So yes, come off of mute. And if we don't have anybody, then I'll just jump right into what I've got planned for us. Yes, who do I have here?
You have Rico.
Rico, what's up, brother?
Everything's good. Everything's good. I missed the training on mindset, and that's what I think is my issue in this stage of the game, is my mindset. And I believe I'm a faith-based person, and I believe that I can do this. It's getting my mind to match my faith.
Mm-hmm.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Yep.
And I think it's my mind that causes me to miss a lot of sales, because I'm not either following up like I need to, or I let the person do the leading, or I let the person I'm talking to doing the leading as to when I call them or something like that, or when I contact, instead of doing the leading myself.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
How can I fix this?
Yes. Before I try to diagnose, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions.
Okay.
Because I could sit here and just like, oh, here's your solution, but no. Let's see if I can really help you dig deep inside, and let's see if we can nip this in the butt. And it might just be one little stepping stone, but if I can help you increase by 1%, then I will have, or I should say, all of us here. If we can all help you increase by 1%, then I will be grateful. But will you? Are you okay to be increased by 1% today?
I would love it, because I need to make my first sale.
Perfect. So tell me more. I said there was a couple of things that you said. Tell me more about the mindset and the faith, right? And in fact, let me back up really fast. I'm also a faith-based person, right? And this is perfect because you've had good practice in how this is going to work. You know, you hear me say like, hey, Renatus is like real estate church. You know, people have heard me say that all the time, because it literally is. It all comes back to belief. It all comes back to you know, how you treat everybody, right? And I go to, well, actually I haven't been to church since, you know, Corona, but whatever, I will. But the idea is, I mean, you go to church and you are uplifted and you are inspired and you have all these people around you, right? But let me go back to that thing that you said though. And you say that your faith and your mind are not becoming one. And so my question is, well, tell me more about that. What do you mean by your mind and your faith, in Renatus at least?
It's like, in my heart, I believe in what I'm doing, and I believe that I can do this business. It's just my mind, the negative thoughts that sometimes come, even though
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to push them out, I'm trying to cast them down.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they slip in, especially in moments of, say, like when you get discouraged a little bit, and then
Mm-hmm.
when that discouraged leads to depression, and it causes you to lose motivation. And you have to do everything in your power to get yourself motivated back again, you know, and to do your due diligence. Because I'm a person, I never give up. You may slow me down when I get depressed or anything like that, but I never give up. And that's kind of where I am right now. It's like I refuse to give up, because I see that I can be a success in this business. I look at it like this. I look at people like a Scott Rowe, a Michael Huggins, a Daine Clark, a Nate Lambert, and say, they can do it, I can do it.
Mm-hmm. Amen. I believe that. Okay.
I'm no different than them, except we have different backgrounds.
All right. You guys ready for this? I got something for you. And this is Rico, right? When I share my screen, it's gonna turn off my camera. But yeah, LaShawn already said, and the reason I'm going this is because I know that you're not alone. So, all right, I got something for you. You ready for this? Let's see, daily notes. So I have a question. Now, everybody that can hear me speaking to Rico, I want you all to do the same thing that I'm doing with Rico right now, okay? So, Rico, first of all, let me do this. Text. All right, Rico, question for you. Tell me, if you were to say, what is the number one thing that you want to achieve, or what is the number one thing that you need to achieve, so that when you achieve this thing, you will know that Renatus was I should say one of, maybe minus like choosing your spouse or, whatever, having kids, but one of the most important decisions, or one of the best decisions that you ever made. What is the one thing that has to happen for you to believe that Renatus was one of the best decisions you've ever made?
The ability to help people around me, people I care about, people of like faith, to be able to help fulfill a need. I guess, or pay it forward, so to speak.
Okay. All right. So my number one big thing that if you get this, you will know that Renatus was one of the best decisions you ever made. I hope everybody's writing something down right now. Okay. And so Rico tells me that he has the ability to help people. Okay. Rico, I'm going to ask you one question. Do you see any opportunity to make that a little more powerful, maybe a little more measurable for yourself, or are you ready for me to help you with this?
Okay, I will say this. The moment that the moment I can hear that somebody, say like in my family, needs a car, and the moment I am able to buy that car upon hearing about the need, without them having to ask, I will feel like Renatus has put me in that place to be able to do that.
Okay.
It
How
gives
much
me
money is the car?
Save the car is like $50,000.
All right. You're going to buy somebody a $50,000 car?
Depends on what type of car I heard they wanted.
Dude, can I like be adopted into your family? All right. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'll go with that. Now, so the moment that you can buy a $50,000 car for someone else. Okay. Now I hope everybody's writing this down. I'm going actually a very different way than I anticipated today, but you know what? I believe, just like Rico said, I believe in inspiration. And so this is inspired. I'll get to my stuff next week. So $50,000 car for someone in my family. Do you know who this person is yet?
No, I don't.
Okay. So we don't know who it is yet, but we do know the amount. Are you going to pay cash for the car, or are you going to finance it? You're going to put a down payment and finance it?
See, because I believe in the power of Renatus, being in part of this community, I want to be able to pay cash for it.
All right, cash.
I think
$50,000 cash for a car for someone in my family. So there's the goal. Is it measurable? Is it specific? Okay, so someone, and it's okay. This is okay with me, at least in the, if we want to call it the goal setting formulas, whatever. Okay, so you want $50,000 in your bank account in excess to what you need to live, so that when someone, and we don't have to know who they are yet, but you will attract this to yourselves, when someone in your family says, I need a car, and you're like, hey, I got 50 grand, let's go buy you a car. Am I right?
Right.
Okay. Tell me the moment, right? Because now, so we got mystery face, and that's okay, but we got mystery face. So tell me, or bring me to the moment that you pay cash for the car, what does it look like when you're signing? I mean, I'm sure you've bought a car before. You know what it looks like. You go into the dealership. You have to like sign a bunch of papers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take me to that moment. Uh-oh, I think my Zoom just crashed.
Can you still hear me though? Can you still hear me though?
Yes. Yeah, I can still hear you.
Okay. That moment to me would be like, because I'm just relishing the fact that that dealer is going to be looking at me, and he's going to be making assumptions, and so he's going to be like, so how are we going to take care of that today? Uh, are we going to be financing that today? Are we going to be yada 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 doing this? Nothing but asking me if I want to pay cash. And so I'm going to look him straight in his eye. I'm going to put out a wad of cash or either write a check. I said,
Tell me
no.
which one.
Huh? No, I
Tell
think
me which one.
I'm going to do the wad of cash. I'm going to pull out stack.
You're going to go down to the bank.
I'm going to go
and
down
you're going to say, can I have $50,000, in ones, please? No, just kidding.
Bills.
What's that? In $100 bills?
Yes.
All right. Okay, let's see, cash. So $50,000 cash for a car and someone I found in dollar bills.
$100 bills.
Yeah, in $100 bills. Sorry, $100 bills. Okay. Cool. So we're getting a little more specific. We're visualizing. And what I'm about to do, and I hope everybody's following along in your own goal, whatever your own goal is, please follow along, because I'm about to do something that is going to feel very counterproductive. Very counterproductive, okay? But I want you all to do this, and I hope you're following along. And you'll have to forgive me if you are chiming in on the comments. While I'm sharing the screen like this, I can't see the comments. So, in fact, Keely, will you help me watch comments if somebody asks a question that I should stop and address? Then let me know. Okay.
Just lots of love for Rico.
Here we go, Rico. Here we go, Rico. And everybody else is following along. Okay, we are going to make a list. Okay, so we've got our goal. It's specific. It's measurable. You will know if you did get this goal or if you didn't yet. Right? Easy. It's easy for you to know. Okay, so I want you. Let me change colors here. I want you to make a list. Okay, and you're going to tell me, and I'm going to ask you. I want you to tell me why, and give me some number of reasons why you don't want this goal.
Why?
I know this is counterproductive, but you just wait for one moment, okay? So give me a list. Why do you not want to pay $50,000 cash for a car? In essence, Renatus worked for you, you made the money, and you pull cash out of the bank, $100 bills, and you pull out, actually your wad of cash would be too big. You would have to have a briefcase, and it would be like the movies where you open up the briefcase.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, so tell me, let's make a list. Number one, why don't you want this to happen? This is going to do an interesting thing to your brain.
Fear.
Okay. I don't want to do this because I have fear. Fear of what?
Of success.
Why?
Because of
what will happen? What will happen if you have success?
Because if I have success, I'm going to have other family members asking me to buy them a car or buy them a house. They see it, I'm being generous with one, they're gonna want a piece of the pie too.
Mm-hmm. Big success. Okay. Stray cat. I call this the stray cat effect. If they see you, if they see one, if they say you do, if they see you do it for one person, they're going to be like, hey, what about me? I want a $50,000 car. In fact, you know what? I want an $80,000 car, Rico. Okay. So I'm not sure why I said going. This goal. Goal. Okay. Give me in a couple more reasons. Stray cat effect, fear of success. Why don't you want this goal to come to reality?
I guess fear of being overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed. Tell me more.
You know how sometimes I mean, and then he points it out in the Bible how sometimes you can receive an overflow. You know, give and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, running over.
Yeah, I will open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing too big to receive. Yes.
Yes. Sometimes you're like, what is that gonna look like? I don't know if I can be.
That's so funny you say that. I literally said those words to my wife this week. I said, honey, I think the heavens have opened and I am receiving blessings too big that I can't even receive all of them. Right. And you know what? It's okay, because I will receive the ones I can and I'll take advantage of that. And I am one man. I will do my best and that will be enough. Anyway, give me one more reason. One more reason. Why don't you want this goal to happen?
I believe that it would be too much responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. And when you're making that much money, that's a lot of power. And that's a lot of responsibility with that.
Yeah. Why do you not like the idea of the responsibility? Tell me more about that.
Because I mean, I consider myself to be a responsible person, but every day, all day, every day, you have to carry yourself a certain way. You always have to be vigilant about how you're carrying yourself when you're out in public, even when you're in your own home, because you don't know when the NSA is looking at you.
You don't know when who's looking at you? The internet?
The NSA.
The NSA. Oh, the NSA. Okay.
Mm-hmm. You don't know when they're monitoring you. And the more you're on the radar, which means the more income you're making, you're on somebody's radar. And so, and because I look at celebrities, they're definitely on people's radars, and they're always under scrutiny. And I say the more powerful you are, the more money you have, you're under more scrutiny.
Cool.
And
this is so perfect. You, like, what I'm doing to your brain right now, your brain is accepting the exercise. Even though you don't know what I'm going to do with this information, this is working, right? And you're going to love this. All right, so we got to move on for sake of time. Everybody, I hope you're following along, because your brain is going to do something because of this exercise if you're following along. Okay, so next on the list, Rico, give me some reasons. Why do you want this goal to happen? In fact, here, I better keep it the same colors because I'm going to do something different in just a minute. So give me a list of reasons, and let's try and do this fast so I can get to the point. Why do you want this goal to happen? Give me some reasons.
Uh, because I would see it as a outward outward appearance. I mean, an outward appearance of my never give up attitude.
Ooh. The realization of your, so outward appearance of never give up. In other words, you prove to your brain, all this faith that you're putting into this, you prove your brain right. Right? So this is an internal thing. Never give up. Okay? Give me another reason.
Another reason would be it's the culmination of my faith. It's the culmination of my faith.
Okay? Give me another reason. Why do you want to buy a $50,000 car in cash, bills, dollar bills for somebody?
It makes me feel good to be able to be an answered prayer, or to facilitate an answered prayer.
Okay, give me one more.
It would just make me feel like I have reached the next level. And need to set new goals.
Yep. Reach the next level. AKA time for new goals. Time for new goals. Perfect. Okay, cool. Now, everybody watch this. This is going to be crazy. His brain accepted this activity and this is going to work. So watch this. Check this out. This is the coolest thing ever. So there are 4 motivators, okay? 4 motivators that humans can receive or achieve or have that gets us to do things, right? Now, we all know that usually it's either a pain motivator or a pleasure motivator, right? We are motivated to do something because we don't want pain, or motivated to do something because we do want pleasure. Okay, so that applies to these 4. So I'm going to start from the bottom. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. The least powerful motivator. The least powerful motivator is, and we're gonna use colors here. Okay, is social reasons, AKA if I do this, then this is how I look. This is how how people view me, right? I don't want to do this because it's not the social norm. People will judge me. People will, right? You guys get this? Okay, so if I were to guess, of these 8 items that Rico gave me, which ones are social motivators that are causing Rico to act or not act because of pain or pleasure? I would say fear of success, and he started, when I asked him deeper questions, he started coming up with others of what other people think, what other people will do, will say, stray cat effect. If I do this, other people they're gonna want this, right? The people, right? And so let's see, overwhelmed. I don't think I asked. Oh yeah, I did ask a couple of questions there. I know which one that one is, and I'll bring that one up in just a minute. Responsibility, attention, draws attention to you, right? Again, people, what people think, what people see, what they say about you. Okay, let's come down here. Outward appearance, no. Culmination, no. Prayer, no. Okay. All right, moving on. Let's use green. Number 3, the third most powerful motivator is, it's called consequence, cause and effect, essentially. Okay, consequence, cause and effect. If I do this, then this will happen, right? And so I'm gonna, let's see, let's go down here again. Fear of success, stray cat. I'm gonna also circle this one. This is kind of like, you know, it's social, but it's also like, if I buy somebody a car, then I'm going to have this stray cat effect, and I don't want that, right? I don't want other people, stuff like that. If I go after having this kind of success, if I put the work in and I start feeling overwhelmed because now I'm a different person, right? I have different problems than what I face today in August 5th of 2020, the day that I start, the day that I am the person who has $50,000 in the bank, I'm probably going to be overwhelmed, right? Cause and effect, too much responsibility. I'm also going to do that, right? So you see, I've already covered your don'ts, your don't wants that are motivating you to not get this goal, right? So consequence, let's see, reach the next level. I'm gonna say that one's there. Let's see, I'll fill an answered prayer. Culmination of faith. I could probably argue that this one has a little bit of cause and effect there. Okay, but it's kind of weak. I'm gonna move on to this next one. Okay, the second is passion. This one gets interesting. This is just straight up, it's because I want, or AKA don't want. It's just because I want. Right? I've already covered these ones. Fear of success. None of this stuff I would consider is passion, right? The reasons you don't want to achieve this goal, I would not say any of those are passion driven. I would say, let's see, this one would probably be in the passion category. Let's see, how is the culmination? No, these ones are both higher. Okay, last. Right, and I know I'm going very, very fast, so I hope you guys are following along. Good thing is I guess this is recorded, so you can go back and do this activity for yourself, right? And in fact, Rico, I'm even going to say, when you set another goal, then you do this. Do this when you set another goal, right? You can have more goals than once, more goals than one at a time. Okay, but here, let me give you the one that we've all been waiting for, and it's love / charity. And just because Rico mentioned that he's a faith-based man, I'll relate this in that, well, the number one person in existence in our universe acted 100% out of love and charity. Pain and pleasure, were those motivators, but ultimately it was love and charity that he acted. And so if I start breaking some of these things down, watch this, Rico, and everybody else with your own goals. The outward appearance of your never give up principle. I believe that this is because of loving yourself, loving others. There is something inside of you that you want other people to experience, other people to feel, other people to think that is positive, that is good, that is heavenly natured, if you will, right? You want to prove this to yourself so that, and tell me if I'm wrong, Rico, so that it can carry over to other people, right? Culmination of my faith. I would actually link these two. These are very similar. Again, the beliefs that are inside of you, you want those to come out. You want those, and if you start achieving, and we could have put anything in here. We could have put anything in this goal spot, and you probably would have said the same thing. Culmination of my faith, right? I feel like an answered prayer to somebody else, right? Can you see this? Can you see the same thing I'm seeing here? That
Love.
your goal is actually because you want to benefit other people, other mankind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, reach the next level. Yeah, I'll probably keep those as passion and consequence, right? So I have a question for you, Rico.
Yes.
Well, first of all, did this already do anything for you? And just breaking down your goal. In fact, here, let me make sure I get everything on the same screen if anybody wants to take screenshots. Okay. Do you see anything here that is helping you already? Like, do I even need to say anything? Or is this like, holy crap, I see why I'm holding myself back?
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah.
You're letting these lower, let me change colors again. You're letting these lower motivators, probably because they are pain driven, right? If I get this, then pain, not pleasure. You're letting those things hold you back. But let me ask you a question. Or let me change. Let's just do yellow. Okay. Rico, if you get this goal, would you even care? Would you even care that other people will look at you, or would you even care how other people will really look at you? If you're there at the dealership, whipping out cash, and then a month later, 2 months later, 6 months later, a year later, people know that you did that, are you really going to care?
No, not
what
really.
they think?
No, not really, because I know I did what was on my heart at the time. And as long as I'm true to myself, that's all that matters.
Yeah, you're not going to care. Your brain made this up to protect you. It just made it up. And so all you have to do is say, you know what, brain, thank you. Thank you. Be appreciative to your brain. But you say, brain, thank you. I appreciate that information that you've placed somewhere in there, and I just uncovered you. I'm glad you were there, but you know what? I don't even care. That is not going to be an actual pain in my life if I achieve my goal. That's not, so thank you, brain. I'm going to set you aside, and I'm glad you came. I'm glad that you were trying to protect me from pain by placing this in my mind somewhere that I didn't see it until now, but thank you, right? Same here. Are you really going to care if you go buy a car for somebody, and are you really going to care if that creates the stray cat effect?
You know what? Not for real, because I know how to say no.
If you get, you'll know whether, one or the other. And it's funny because sometimes when I do this for people, they actually say, you know what, I actually might want to tweak this a little bit. Knowing some of these motivators, I might want to tweak this just a little bit, but we don't have time to go there. But if you did receive that inspiration at any moment while I was going through this, that's, there's your sign that, maybe you want to tweak this a little bit. Okay. But we don't have time for that. Overwhelmed, right? Rico, do I even need to ask you? If you are in the space that your biggest problem is that you're making more money, enough so that you have discretionary income, that you could drop $50,000 for somebody else, do you think that, yes, those are different problems than you face today in your life?
Yes.
But do you really feel like it's going to be, do you feel like you will rise to the occasion, and that really it's just like you got a new set of problems, and they're higher caliber problems? And if you solve problems in your life today, what's going to be different when you've got upgraded problems, right? You just show up in style. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I got problems. Of course I do, but they're just different.
Exactly.
Yes. And I would even say that this one is kind of related. Again, these two are linked. I could probably argue, right? And so I'm just going to assume that you won't even care because you're the person that has $50,000 of discretionary income is different than the person you are today. And when you achieve that $50,000 sitting in the bank of discretionary money, you do whatever you want with, you're not going to care. This won't even cross your mind because you'll be like, yeah, I am that kind of person. This is who I am, right? Yeah, I got people looking at me, but I got Mark Kohler. I got my stuff set up in a trust and in privacy, using the privacy techniques and got my LLCs and S corporations and all this whatever. I got my stuff. I got my umbrella policy of $1 million or whatever to cover your A, your assets. Okay. So my question is this, Rico, and we're 5 over. I gotta wrap it up. Would this be worth it?
Yes, definitely.
If you achieve this goal and you get all these benefits internally, and the motivator is love for yourself and mankind, do you think God approves of that?
Yes.
You better believe it. Absolutely. So anyway, I got to wrap it up today. I hope this was helpful. Let me zoom right here just again so that, in fact, here, let me get the goal in there as well. If anybody would like to take a screenshot of this, then do it now. But yeah, we got to wrap it up. I'm so glad you took us this way, Rico, today. And I guarantee a lot of people are very grateful that you took us this way. And it felt right to me the moment you said it. And I think we needed to talk about this. But yeah, whatever I had planned, we'll talk about it next week. So have a wonderful week, everybody. Congratulations. I hope this helped you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Daine.
I'll talk to you guys in a week. Have a good one.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Keely.
Thanks, everyone. Take care.